Today's technology and tools are making it easier and easier for you to build your own website. This is great, however, it leaves you with having to make some pretty big decisions right from the start. With all the options available, it can be tough to sort through all of the pros and cons of all of these different website platforms. But of course, I've got your back on this. This is the first of 4 episodes in our DIY website series. In this series, we will be covering the top and most challenging items that you would need to overcome to build your own website. Things like which website platform should you choose? Choosing the right hosting, finding the right themes, and using the right plugins. Today, we are going to cover all of the main website platforms and discuss the pros and the cons so you can choose which website platform is best for you. Okay, so let's dive right into which website platform you should choose. And to make this decision, we are going to base it off of some different criteria. And those things include renting versus owning your website, the type of business you are running, your budget, and your level of technical expertise. So let's jump right into these, and to start with, let's talk about renting versus owning. So what does this mean and why should you care? When you use website platforms like Wix and Squarespace and Shopify and even the GoDaddy website builder, you are building your site on their platform that is hosted on their servers. They are totally in control of your website and are basically giving you access to the builder side of their platform so you can build and customize your website. You are essentially renting your site from them. You don't own it, and it's not an asset in your business. When you use solutions like WordPress.org, you own your site. How these work is you install the WordPress platform on your hosting and server, and you have full control and ownership of it. And they make it really simple to do. And once it's on your own hosting, then you have full ownership of it, and now it's a business asset. So like anything, there's pros and cons. The pros of renting are you don't have to worry about hosting because they take care of that for you, and it removes the need for maintenance. They do offer nice templates, but it can be challenging to make your content look good in their templates. The cons is you don't own it, and you're at the mercy of their platform. If you ever want to switch up your website, you can't take it with you. You're basically starting over, and you're limited to what they will allow. The pros of owning, you completely own it and it's a valuable business asset. You are not dependent on anybody else's platform, and you can do whatever you want with it. The cons is it does require you to handle the maintenance and some of the server stuff. My suggestion is to own your site from the very beginning. If you are running a full-time serious business, this is the direction you should go. Okay, so the next one is let's talk about the type of business that you're running. So I'm going to break down the types of business into 3 different types. And 1 is e-commerce, 2 is your typical business regardless of your niche, and then 3 is specialty sites. So let's start with e-commerce. If you're running an e-commerce site, really my 2 recommendations are WordPress and Shopify. Both are great for selling stuff. Shopify is a renting platform, but its sole purpose is to really sell things online, and it does it very well, and it comes with some really great tools. WordPress is an owning platform and provides you with really any tool you could ever need. This is one of the only times I really feel that this decision is really close, but because Shopify is a renting platform, I actually think WordPress edges it out as the winner because WordPress is going to give you complete freedom, ownership, and capabilities. Okay, so let's talk about a typical business website. So if you're running a typical business website and you don't care about website ownership, then it does open the door to using something like Wix or Squarespace. And if you're considering using the GoDaddy website builder tool, then you just need to change your mind because there's really no situation that I can think of where using the GoDaddy website builder tool is a good option. My top suggestion here is obviously WordPress.org. Number 1, because you own it. The other reason is it is the most widely used website platform that I believe is powering 40% of the internet today. And what's nice about that is it's very, very supported. So you will not have a hard time finding support for your WordPress website. Okay, let's talk about specialty sites. Okay, so a specialty site would be something like if you're building a course website or a community website. If that's the case, then of course, WordPress is a solid contender as they do have plugins that handle these very well. There are some other rented platforms out there that are good too. If you're running a course site, I would recommend looking into Kingsta, which is a rented platform. And then the other one, which is actually what we use, is LearnDash, which actually is a WordPress plugin. If you're running a community site and not going to use WordPress, then I would recommend looking into Mighty Networks. Okay, so let's talk about budget. Now, this is a big one. I'm going to break down the pricing for all of the different platforms. Now, some of these platforms do offer a free version, but I think with most of those, if not all of those, it doesn't allow you to use your own domain name. So if you're really looking at seriously building a website and you're not using your own domain name, then I would consider these out. Like, that's not even a contender. If it's a free option, then those are out. Wix starts at $14 and goes up to $39. Squarespace starts at $12 and goes up to $40. Shopify starts at $29 and goes up to $299. Keep in mind that with Shopify, the themes and add-ons and apps is what they call them, can be additional cost as well. Webflow starts at $12 and goes up to $36. The ones I just mentioned are rented options, so you don't need to worry about hosting with these options, so that does save you some money. And then there's WordPress. When I say WordPress, I mean WordPress.org. WordPress.org is free. However, there can be additional charges for certain themes and certain plugins. WordPress does require hosting, so that is an additional expense, and we are covering hosting in the next episode. So with all of the benefits of WordPress, in my opinion, that one is the clear winner. Okay, so the next thing that we need to consider is the technical level. Over the last 14 years, I've had an opportunity to really be in all of these. And with 14 years of experience, I'm going to tell you that regardless of what you choose, you are going to experience a learning curve in all of these. Now, some of these might come easier to others, but it doesn't matter what you choose, you're gonna have a learning curve. So I will say WordPress being so popular, there are so many more help articles and help videos out there to help you get through any hurdles that you might have. So in my opinion, when it comes to technical level, WordPress is the winner because it has the most support out there. And we just launched the new Wealthy Website course where I walk you through step by step and we create your website together. You can check it out at thewealthywebsite.com. Okay, so to wrap this up, WordPress is an obvious winner for me in typically almost all situations. And that really comes down to the fact that you own it, you can do whatever you want with it, and it's easily the most supported platform out there. And amongst all of the other ones, it's still a really affordable option. My runner-up for a typical business would actually be Webflow. And if you're running an e-commerce site and you don't want to go with WordPress, I would recommend Shopify. So that wraps us up for choosing the right website platform. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.